I'm Hans and this is my channel. Today I got another motorcycle. I sold the last one that I had after I registered it at the DMV, got the title, all that stuff. I made a little bit of money, no big deal. You know, it's just what I do. But I got another one and I got the EFI version this time, so we're gonna try that out. But the driver kind of messed with me a little bit and said he couldn't make it up my driveway. So he's like, yeah, let's just put it in the back of your truck. Now it's in the back of my truck. I got to figure out how to get it out of there. So that is my challenge right now. This is going to be entertaining.
Let's go!
There it is. Out of the truck. Hot 250. You may not see it when you look at me, but I'm probably the strongest guy in the world. If you didn't just notice me, I just kind of picked that up, set it down, nice and gentle. Today we are going to be looking at the Hawk DLX. I bought this motorcycle on Amazon. I'd sold my other one. I had the regular carbureted version of this. It was about $1,510 when I bought it. This one was about $2,050. So it's a little bit more expensive, but it is a EFI version. So you are gonna have no problems with any carburetor or anything like that. Not that that's the end of the world. It's out right now. I'm not really sure which one I'm gonna like more. I really like the other one that I had. There was a guy that wanted it really bad, so I sold it to him. I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison, riding this one and that one. I did do a bunch of riding on that one, so I'm gonna be able to tell if I like this one or the other one better, and I will tell you that at the end of the video. But for right now, we're gonna go ahead and open this thing up, get it put together. It's not gonna be boring. We'll do it really fast. Let's get started. Plastics off. I forgot to tell you guys, when I got this thing, I did get an email from them after I ordered it, and they said that they didn't have the color that I ordered. I think I had the black and red one ordered, and so they said that they were gonna go ahead and send me either a black one or a green one. So I don't even know what I have in this box. Let's find out. Cool, man. I got the black one. It's just the black and gray, or black and gray, I guess. Looks pretty good. There's no damage on anything. The last one I got, this was all bent up in here, and this looks really good. Just so you can see it, front tire there. Again, I kind of like the knobby tires better. All this stuff is kind of twist tied with this really heavy duty twist tie stuff, and kind of just held in place. It's super easy to take off, and it seems to hold really well. You know, I don't see anything moving in here. So I have already built one of these, so I kind of know what to expect a little bit more. The first one I did, there were 0 instructions. This one actually has a CD here that says instruction setup. The only problem is I don't have a CD player. We've got brakes and lights and handlebars, headlight right here. Got a box of goodies. I think this is the fairing that goes over the exhaust right here, right next to the exhaust. That makes it easy and simple. We're getting close. We just got to undo this fork. So right behind the handlebars here, you have a strap that goes from the fender holders right up here down to this that's going to hold this on. And I think we want to save this bolt. I did have to do that on the last one. And that's the bolt we're going to use when we put the front tire on. But once we take this off, it's on its own. So as I take this off, I have a feeling this thing's gonna shoot up. Probably want to take my eye out with one of these. But I think I'd rather have that tension get loosened up here than try to back these ones out and have those ones shoot out or pull out and destroy those threads in there. If we're gonna destroy any threads, let's destroy those ones. It wasn't that bad. Just a little bit of pressure on there. More tie downs here. Doesn't seem like this stuff would hold as well as it does, but it really does a good job keeping everything in place. When it's just like the minimalist type of thing, it's just this kind of thick wire with some rubber coating on it. That's just on there finger tight, so you can just back that one right off. So if you guys are wondering, I have this little stand right here that I got at Harbor Freight. It works pretty well. It was cheap, that's for sure. It's just a mechanical lift. So once I get the bike on there, I can press this down, part goes up. I'm able to work on it and get everything hooked up, keep it safely up and on the center of the bike, wherever we're gonna put that thing. My next goal, without breaking my back, is gonna be to get this onto here. And I think the first thing I'm gonna do is try to get the front tire on, because then it'll be a little more balanced. Cool little spacer they put in here on your brakes. So it's got a little plastic shim that will keep the brakes kind of open so that when you slide your caliper in here, you're not fighting with the brake pads trying to get that thing in there. Oh, that looks great. And then there's a hub that goes on this side right here. And I believe there's a spacer on this side. So I gotta find those two things. So this hub is for the speedometer. And that goes down and goes right in here. Like this. What's in the box? What's in the box? Oh, we have a pad for the handlebars. We have got a brake pedal for the rear brakes. We have got some front turn signals here, a left and a right. The acid that you're gonna put into your battery. There's my toolkit right here. This is what I was looking for. This spacer goes on one side and then the other side goes the hub for the speedometer. Got the spacer that goes right inside just like this. And it slides in that little rubber grommet. And that will go right up against this part here. So we're gonna slide that right into there. We've got the hub right here for the speedometer is on this part here. So we can see that comes off. We're gonna put that on, it's gonna go right there. And then the bolt will go right through all of this stuff and connect up. We've got our brakes and the brake caliper here. It's going into the brake pads. This little shim was in there, holding the brake pads like perfectly apart so that when I pulled this out, the caliper slid right into the brake pads. So we've got our gigantic bolt here. Got the bike fairly balanced on this thing so I can move it with just a little bit of pressure. So I'm gonna try to get all these things sort of lined up. Couple taps. Voila. Just like that, we got our front tires on. Brakes are in the calipers. Maybe before I get the rear shock in, I'm gonna go ahead and get this front assembly on, just so I've got some handlebars to grab and move around, maneuver with. You wanna make sure you don't tighten down one side of these more than the other. Make sure you get them pretty even on both kind of equal sides there. I'm not gonna tighten these down too much. At least now I can move this thing around or hold on to it as I'm moving the back and lifting it up. I can make sure that that front tire doesn't go sideways on me. We got our little speedometer here, that goes right there, and then the headlight is gonna go right here. So just so you can see, these things just bolt on right up here on the top here, and then the fairing is gonna go on this side here. So that will go there. This thing has 3 screws in it right there, and those just sit inside of that mount. It's super self-explanatory how this whole thing works. You've got some nuts and bolts that came in all of this stuff that will screw this part in here. So tighten these 2 things down, put the nuts and bolts on that. Then you're gonna mount your light, and there's some holes right here and right here. I do wanna get in, hook up the battery, so at least I have some power to it really quick so I can see if the left and right turn signals are right. You don't want to like go all the way tight with these. You want to give them a little bit of room so that this thing can have a little bit of flex to it. We got the front tire on. I got to get all my plastic bits on. I got to get the battery charged up. I gotta get my rear shock set here. Handlebars are on, I got all this tested, everything is working. We are going to finish this up tonight. I don't think you guys need instructions on how to put the plastic pieces on. There is an instruction CD if you want to plug that into your computer. I got all the plastic bits on, got all the brakes and all the levers hooked up, the handlebars, got the turn signals on. So I want to ride this thing tomorrow. I'm pretty excited about this one. I want to go over everything one more time. I'm going to check all my bolts, make sure everything's torqued to the right spec. I got my battery charging, put that thing in the morning, throw some gas in this thing and fire it up. Take it for a ride and see what you guys think. And that's going to be right now. So we got the battery charged up last night. Just got home from work. We're going to stick this guy back in here. A lot of gas in here. This is the first time I'm starting it. I did check the oil. That was the first time I've ever started this bike. So what did I think of the DLX Hawk? I have to tell you, the one thing that I really like about it is that the choke on the old one, on the one that I had, the carbureted one, it was on the inside of there. So you had to go in, there's like 3 different positions that it could be in. So you had to start it, kind of give it a little gas, wait for it to warm up. It was really super cold-blooded. It is really cold today. It's like in the low 40s, and I can turn this thing on and I can hit the button. Well, bad example. Try to. There we go. But it does that every time. No worrying about the choke. It just starts and it goes. And I think it has a little more power. It feels like it's just more reliable on your acceleration. On my top end, on the other one, it seemed like it would kind of choke out a little bit at the very top end. I kind of dialed it in by adjusting the fuel mixture, and I got it really good, and it was actually running really well. But this one's just more consistent. I would say that it rides a little smoother because of the tires that are on this one. On the back side, you can see these ones look a little bit skinny. The takeaway on this is that it is basically the same bike with the exception of the inverted forks and the tires and the fuel injection. Everything else is pretty much the same. All the plastic bits look almost identical, but those upgrades are worth the extra money if you ask me. I like the fork on this better. I love the injection way better just because it starts, you don't have to warm up. It just, you can get on it and go. I think most people that are going to be riding these around as a commuter are going to really like that tire a little bit better than having a big aggressive knobby tire on there. Where I live in the sticks out here, it would be nice to have a little bit more aggressive tire, but I don't know, we'll see. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys like this video. If you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button and I'll keep making them. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up and you will see me in the next video.